Hola, hola. Bueno, lo seguimos donde lo dejé para mí hace segundos nomás, pero por como lo voy a subir ayer. Así que nada, podemos continuar de esta manera. Donde lo dejamos, tenemos que ir a hablar con el Joker para ver qué nos dice. Y... Ok, perdón, es que me pareció que no está grabando. Ok, perfecto. Y ver, a ver, qué es lo que está pasando eh, afuera. Así que nada, vamos a venir para abajo y hablar con el Joker para ver al embajador. En la cubierta de vehículos de la Normandía puedes asignar equipo a un miembro del pelotón usando su taquilla. Puedes adquirir un nuevo equipo del oficial de suministro. Ok, vos del Joker.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
A ver. Ahí va. ¿Esto es un níquel o es plata? Ok, sí, igual no. No voy a comprar nada en este momento.
Looking for supplies?
Quiero investigar. A ver.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands. Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
What do the different manufacturers offer?
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's good for.
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends on how many licenses you've purchased, but I'll rotate items on a regular basis regardless. And anytime we land someplace with a big enough port, I'll buy, sell, and trade whatever I can.
Ok.
Check back often. I need to move items quickly, so only the most basic items will be stocked consistently.
Not right now, thanks.
No problem.
Me
Keep
manda a
checking
la
back.
mierda. No tenía que venir acá. ¿Dónde está el Joker? Joker. Where's Joker? Ahí va. Ok. No, por ahora lo dejamos así. Caigan que tienen. No, por ahora es que no creo que haya mucho que le pueda dar. Ya, en todo caso, después veré. Por ahora sí está bien. Ah, es para acá. Yo ya no sé a dónde tengo que ir. Para ingeniería, ok. Ah, tengo que ir. Ok, tengo que ir para allá, sí. A ver qué hay acá. Konnichiwa. Monitor de integridad de campo. Ok, me dieron cosas para el códice. Ingeniero Adams.
About Jenkins, Commander.
La verdad que sí. Ok, códice. A ver qué es esto. ¡Ah! Ahí va. Ok.
50,000 years ago, the Protheans were the only spacefaring species in the galaxy. They vanished in a swift galactic extinction. Only the legacy of their empire remains. They are believed to have built the mass relays and the Citadel, which have allowed numerous species to explore and expand throughout the galaxy. Prothean ruins are found on worlds across the galaxy. While surprisingly intact for their age, functioning examples of Prothean paleotechnology are rare. Time and generations of looters have picked their dead cities and derelict stations clean. Some believe the Protheans meddled in the evolution of younger races. The Hanar homeworld of Kaje, for example, shows clear evidence of former Prothean occupation. The presence of a former Prothean observation post on Mars has caused a rebirth of interventionary evolutionists among humans. These individuals believe the god myths of ancient civilizations are misremembered encounters with aliens.
Puedo decir.
After the Geth secure a location, they round up and impale dead and living bodies on mechanical spikes. The spikes rapidly transform these victims into withered husks, extracting water and trace minerals, and replacing them with cybernetics. The cybernetics reanimate the lifeless flesh and tissue, transforming the bodies into mindless killing machines. Some Alliance soldiers refer to the husk-generating spikes as dragon's teeth, a reference to the mythological berserkers who sprang up from the earth wherever the teeth of the dragon Eris were planted. Dragon's teeth and husks bear little resemblance to other pieces of Geth technology. No one is sure why a synthetic race would bother to drain the minuscule amount of recoverable resources from organic corpses, though the value of reusing them as shock troops is obvious. The Geth are a humanoid race of networked AIs. They were created by the Quarians 300 years ago as tools of labor and war. When the Geth showed signs of self-evolution, the Quarians attempted to exterminate them. The Geth won the resulting war. This example has led to legal, systematic repression of artificial intelligences in galactic society. The Geth possess a unique distributed intelligence. An individual has rudimentary animal instincts, but as their numbers and proximity increase, the apparent intelligence of each individual improves. In groups, they can reason, analyze situations, and use tactics, as well as any organic race. Geth space is located at the trailing end of the Perseus Arm, beyond the lawless Terminus systems. The Perseus Veil, an obscuring dark nebula of opaque gas and dust, lies between their space and the Terminus systems.
Okay.
Roughly 1,200 years ago, the Turians were invited to join the Citadel Council to fulfill the role of galactic peacekeepers. The Turians have the largest fleet in Citadel space, and they make up the single largest portion of the Council's military forces. As their territory and influence has spread, the Turians have come to rely on the Solarians for military intelligence and the Asari for diplomacy. Despite a somewhat colonial attitude towards the rest of the galaxy, the ruling hierarchy understands they would lose more than they would gain if the other two races were ever removed. Turians come from an autocratic society that values discipline and possesses a strong sense of personal and collective honor. There is lingering animosity between Turians and humans over the First Contact War of 2157, which is known as the Relay 314 incident to the Turians. Officially, however, the two species are allies, and they enjoy civil, if cool, diplomatic relations. 50,000 years ago, the combat hard suits use a dual-layer system to protect the wearer. The inner layer consists of fabric armor with kinetic padding. Areas that don't need to be flexible, such as the chest or shins, are reinforced with sheets of lightweight, ablative ceramic. The outer layer consists of automatically generated kinetic barriers. Objects traveling above a certain speed will trigger the barrier's reflex system and be deflected, provided there is enough energy left in the shield's power cell. Armored hard suits are sealable to protect the wearer from extremes of temperature and atmosphere. Standard equipment includes an onboard mini-frame and a communications, navigation, and sensing suite. The mini-frame is designed to accept and display data from a weapon's smart targeting system to make it easier to locate and eliminate enemies.
Ahí va.
Kinetic barriers, more commonly called shields, provide protection against most mass accelerator weapons. Whether on a starship or a soldier's suit of armor, the basic principle remains the same. Kinetic barriers are repulsive mass effect fields, projected from tiny emitters.
Mass Effect, claro.
These shields safely deflect small objects traveling at rapid velocities. This affords protection from bullets and other dangerous projectiles, but still allows the user to sit down without knocking away their chair. The shielding afforded by kinetic barriers does not protect against extremes of temperature, toxins, or radiation.
Claro.
The Citadel is an ancient deep space station, presumably constructed by the Protheans. Since the Prothean extinction, numerous species have come to call the Citadel home. It serves as the political, cultural, and financial capital of the galactic community. To represent their interests, most species maintain embassies on the Presidium, the Citadel's inner ring. The Citadel Tower in the center of the Presidium holds the Citadel Council chambers. Council affairs often have far-reaching effects on the rest of the galactic community. 5 arms, known as the wards, extend from the Presidium. Their inner surfaces have been built into cities, populated by millions of inhabitants from across the galaxy. The Citadel is virtually indestructible. If attacked, the station can close its arms to form a solid, impregnable shell. For as long as the station has existed, an enigmatic race called the Keepers has maintained it.
Okay.
Spectres are agents from the Office of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance, and answer only to the Citadel Council.
Okay.
They are elite military operatives, granted the authority to deal with threats to peace and stability in whatever way they deem necessary. They operate independently or in groups of 2 or 3. Some are empathetic peacekeepers, resolving disputes through diplomacy. Others are cold-blooded assassins, ruthlessly dispatching problem individuals. All get the job done one way or another, often operating outside the bounds of galactic law. The Spectres were founded after the Solarians joined the Council. For many years, they operated in secrecy as backroom problem solvers. Only after the Krogan rebellions did their activities become publicized. Assignment of a Spectre is less contentious than a military deployment, but makes it clear that the Council is concerned about a situation. The Systems Alliance is an independent supranational government representing the interests of humanity as a whole. The Alliance is responsible for the governance and defense of all extrasolar colonies and stations. The Alliance grew out of the various national space programs as a matter of practicality. Sol's planets had been explored and exploited through piecemeal national efforts. The expense of colonizing entire new solar systems could not be met by any one country. With humans knowing that alien contact was inevitable, there was enough political will to jointly fund an international effort. Still, the Alliance was often disregarded by those on Earth until the First Contact War. While the national governments dithered and bickered over who should lead the effort to liberate Shanxi, the Alliance fleet struck decisively. Post-war public approval gave the Alliance the credibility to establish its own parliament and become the galactic face of humanity.
Ok, perfecto. Para cambiar, porque me estoy dando cuenta que, o sea, estoy en las... Ahí está, ok.
The Terminus systems are located on the far side of the Attican Traverse, beyond the space administered by the Citadel Council or claimed by the Human Systems Alliance. It is populated by a loose affiliation of minor species, united only in their refusal to acknowledge the political authority of the Council or adhere to the Citadel conventions. Their independence comes at a price. The Terminus is fraught with conflict. War among the various species is common, as governments and dictators constantly rise and fall. The region is a haven for illegal activities, particularly piracy and the slave trade. At least once a year, a fleet from the Terminus invades the nearby Attican Traverse. These attacks are typically small raids against poorly defended colonies. The Council rarely retaliates, as sending patrols into the Terminus systems could unify the disparate species against their common foe, triggering a long and costly war. The Terminus systems are located on the far side of the Attican Traverse, beyond the space administered by the Citadel Council or claimed by the humans.
No, esto no es muy mal.
The Terminus systems
Esta es la
are
única que
located
tengo.
on the...
No tengo más.
Biotics is the ability of rare individuals to manipulate dark energy and create mass effect fields through the use of electrical impulses from the brain. Intense training and surgically implanted amplifiers are necessary for a biotic to produce mass effect fields powerful enough for practical use. The relative strength of biotic abilities varies greatly among species and with each individual. There are 3 branches of biotics. Telekinesis uses mass-lowering fields to levitate or impel objects. Mass-raising kinetic fields are used to block or pin objects. Spatial distortion uses rapidly shifting mass fields to shred objects. Most organic species are capable of developing biotic abilities, though there are risks involved. Biotics are the result of an in utero exposure to element zero. This usually causes fatal cancers in the victim, but in rare, element zero can increase or decrease the mass of a volume of space-time when subjected. The Systems Alliance is an independent supranational. The terminus systems are located on the far side of the Attican Traverse,
bajar, o sea, no puedo.
administered by the Citadel.
Ok, nada. Después veré el resto. Vamos a avanzar un poco porque si no... O sea, vino muy bien todo el lore ese, pero bueno, vamos de a poco. ¿A dónde tengo que ir? ¿Dónde está el Joker? A ver. Ah, era ahí abajo, sí. Sí que era abajo. Ay Dios, me quedé leyendo ahí, medio como que me re perdí. Voy a chequear igual, pero sí, era aquí abajo. Ok. Vamos para abajo. Ok. ¿Qué supone que tengo que hacer? Ok. Ok. Ah, este. Yo creo que atraque la Normandía en Ciudadela. Bueno, sí, pero ¿cómo voy? Eso es lo que quiero saber, porque me re perdí. Estoy como un poco en cualquiera. Llevo más de 10 minutos. ¿Cuánto llevo? 17 minutos ya. Increíble. Y no sé dónde estoy. Oficina capitán. Bueno, sí, pero no quiero ir. O sea, cubierta 1, ¿no? Me imagino. Es lo que más sentido tendría, creo. ¿Saca adelante? Creo que sí. Tendría sentido, creo. Ese acá. Ahí está el Joker. Ahí está. Ok. Es esto. Para. ¿No puedo entrar? Es el juego diciéndome, no, tenés que hablar sí o sí con los Joker. ¿Qué es exactamente esto? Un puerta presurizado. Ah, es para bajarse. Ok, tiene sentido.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Ahí va. Creo que no le gustan los de la Ciudadela. Él es alienígenis.
Flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why
so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
¿Vos decís?
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy.
A ver la Ciudadela, la capital del mundo. Bueno, de la galaxia. Está contento el Joker,
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to dock 422.
Bueno.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. If they don't stop him, I will.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not hers.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Ajá. O sea, todos odiamos a los politicians. Ajá, ¿viste? Ajá. ¿Viste? Qué gracioso. Eso dijo... No, otra vez no. Qué lindo, Realmente lindo. Ok.
I can't tell the aliens from the animals.
Ahí va, a lo menos racista. Cambia aliens por africanos y estamos. Decíselo al Capitán Anderson a ver qué te dice. Ay, Dios. Where am I supposed to go? Where am I? Here, okay. Okay. This is... Esta es la cosa, ¿no? Esta es Shepard, perfecto. Oficina de Bolus y el... Ok. Vamos a la oficina. Ahí va.
Hello there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted.
¿Cuáles son los ojos? ¿Los de arriba o los del medio? ¿Cuál es el problema? Literalmente te pidió que no le rompa las bolas.
You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
What did this Asari do to get you so upset?
I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Where can I find this Asari consort?
She is across the bridge from here. Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human.
Muy tranquilito, me cayó bien este. No lo puedo
Strange
contratar.
greeting, human. This is really not a good time.
No, nada
You
más,
seem
¿no?
distressed. Is there something?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you?
Who's this Asari consort?
Curious. You have not heard. You must be new to the Citadel. Everyone knows. I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive.
Okay.
Suffice
Good luck
it
with your problem.
Thanks to you, human. Good day.
A ver, Kalin.
Greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind. I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
Why do you explain what you're about to say?
Our people communicate less through words and more through scent and slight movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our...
Why do you bother, Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do, I am very sorry for you.
Okay.
Tell me more about your species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Elcor.
Frankly, we Elcor prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups, though we are always welcoming to outsiders. Our government tends to be very stable. Our people are not very comfortable with sudden
Sí, son como muy
changes.
tranquilitos. Me caen bastante bien. A ver.
Tell me about the history and origins of the Elcor.
The Elcor were just beginning to explore Council space when the Asari first made contact with us. With their help, we discovered the relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly, within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and quickly became one of the more active species living on this great station.
Ok.
What do you do here?
Modestly, I work to bring the problems and the requests of the Elcor groups to the attention of the Council.
Ha! They only give us these positions to keep us quiet. The Council doesn't care about our races.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Din. This human is not to blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
Nada más, ¿no? No, nada más. Perfecto.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere
Vos
farewell.
no tenés nada que decirme, Vegro.
Enjoy your
Este es un
time
Vegro de
in the
verdad.
Citadel.
Ahí está. Dean Corlac.
EarthClan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude.
I am Din Korlak, Volus ambassador. Is there something I can do for you?
Goodbye, Ambassador.
No. Ay,
Yes,
Dios.
yes. Good day, EarthClan.
No, quiero hablar otra vez. Ahí está. Ey, calmate.
Ah, the
No, no,
EarthClan
no lo voy a ignorar.
again. What is it now?
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council...
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
What is this place?
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the Elcor.
Your ambassador is next door. In his own...
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus when I'm not being interrupted.
I'd like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you.
Ahí va.
Clan.
Tell me about Volus culture.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes, since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
My people came to the Citadel shortly after the Asari and Solarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic. However, despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat on the Council.
What is this place?
You are in
Ah,
this
ya había preguntado eso.
shared
Ok.
What is it you do
I
here?
look out for the best interests of the Volus people. No easy task considering how often...
Chastising rebuke, Din. The Council favors your species greatly.
You are naive. The EarthClan will be invited to the Council long before our species will.
Acá
Why
está
aren't the Elcor or
completamente
Volus
damado.
part of the Council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the Council. All but the...
Dismissive. Ignore the Volus ambassador.
Really? How long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait? Bah, this talk is wasted on the humans.
Ok, bueno,
Goodbye,
suficiente.
Ambassador.
Completamente domados.
Good day, EarthClan.
Well, they've built themselves quite the lake.
Este dicho que es, ¿puedo hablar o no? No puedo hablar, ¿no? ¿O sí? No. Ok, ¿qué supone que es ese bicho? Ok, yo voy viendo porque a mí me gusta todo cosa. Ahora tengo que ir para la izquierda. Ok. Que no puedo entrar, ¿no? O sea, ya me lo decían. No sé por qué intento. Ok. This is where I have to go.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide.
Yo no puedo hablar con nadie, me molesta. Sí, es muy peaceful. First, let's come here.
I can't believe I landed a job here. This place is fantastic.
Human, delighted, welcome. It is good to meet you.
Me caen muy bien los Elcor, definitivamente. A ver acá. Información del códice. A ver acá. Información del códice. Un Telurian. Ok. Y otro de estos bichos con los que no puedo hablar. Ok. Otro día sigo con el códice, ya vi muchísimo. Y del códice. Voy a requemar. Ejecutor Palin. Hola.
Commander Shepard, I didn't expect to see you here. Did Ambassador Udina send you?
Have we met before?
No, but I know you well enough. I'm Executor Palin, head of CSEC. It's my job to know when someone like you arrives on the Citadel. Was there something you needed, Commander?
I get the feeling you're not too fond of humans.
No, I just don't trust your kind. Not yet. You humans are eager to take all the power you can get, and you're being given a lot. If the Council wants to make humanity their new favorite pet, that's their business. But I don't have to like it.
Okay.
The Council treats us like second-class citizens. We have to fight for everything we get.
Good. Then fight for it. But don't expect the rest of us to just sit back and let you take it. I'm a busy man, Commander. Are we done here?
No, ni de cerca.
Tell me about CSEC.
CSEC provides necessary police and security services throughout the Citadel. We're a civilian government agency, though many of our members have had military training. Of course, as the CSEC representative to the Council, I spend most of my time liaising between the two.
Tell me about your investigation into Saren.
Sorry, Commander. I don't make a habit of giving out details about ongoing investigations.
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander.
Dios, casi le disparo sin querer. No, o sea, es un juego de rol. Tengo mucho miedo de hacer algo así. Ahí va. ¿Cómo? Ok. Debería haber leído en voz alta, sí. Mala mía. Pero era algo de... no sé, de un hackeo o algo así. Ahí va. Otro ni... Botas al racista negro de... No. Me bugué, no me lo puedo creer. Ah, gracias. ¿Por qué solo puedo hablar a los humanos? Ni siquiera. Ok. Batman.
Hello, Commander. Can I get you something?
What have you got?
Information, mostly. Would you like to know about some points of interest nearby?
What's going on around here?
Well, you found the embassies. Not much going on here. Across the bridge, you'll find the bank, the Emporium, and Shaira's. If you haven't heard of her, you soon will. If you need supplies, you can try the markets one level below. For entertainment, I'd try Flux or Cora's Den.
A ver, ¿qué es lo de Shaira?
The consort, she entertains clients who can afford her services. Most of the diplomats and ambassadors have visited her at one time or another. She's a very powerful woman, but also very respected.
Tell me about Flux and Cora's Den.
Well, Flux has gambling and dancing, certainly more lively than this place. Cora's Den, on the other hand, well, let's just say it's livelier and deadlier, all at the same time.
Ok.
Goodbye.
Nada interesante.
So long, Commander. Have a pleasant day.
¿Había algo
Commander,
más?
here for some information?
No, ok.
So long, Commander. Have a pleasant day.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy.
Uf, vos decís. Che, es lindo ese lugar, realmente.
Big place.
A ver qué dicen estos.
The consort would never reveal her secrets. What do you want? Oh, Commander.
Ahí va.
Is there
Calmate.
something I can do for you?
Relax, Private. This isn't an inspection.
Right, sorry. What can I do for you, Commander?
What can you tell me about this?
Well, she's an Asari who works here as... That is, she helps people with things.
You never went to see her, did you, Fredericks?
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's credits just to go in and
Can you at least tell me where I can find her?
Sure. She's across the bridge from the embassies.
Thanks, kid. Have fun. Try not to get into too much trouble.
I will. Have fun, that is.
Un lugar donde pueda robar información de lo que me interesa a mí ahora. Guajajajaja. A ver qué hay acá. Otro de estos bichos. ¿Puedo hablar con vos? Aquí están acá si no puedo hablarles. Voy a pegar un tiro en la cabeza. Ok, vamos. ¿Para dónde tenía que ir? Para acá, ¿no? Para acá ya había venido. No, sí, ahí ya fui. Ok. No, pero... Gracias.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow
Welcome.
me to be your guide. Greetings and welcome to the Presidium. My name is Avina, and I am pleased to be your virtual guide throughout this level of the Citadel space station.
So are you a person or a program?
I am a fully interactive virtual intelligence.
No era que había
programmed
loco
to provide
con
spontaneous
las
guidance at
inteligencias artificiales
predetermined
desde los
locations of
que...
interest throughout this level of the Citadel. I may also be contacted through any of the Presidium VI terminals, should you require assistance.
Give me the tour.
You are standing at Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. On either side of this lobby are the embassies of the various Citadel races, along with CSEC headquarters. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly to discuss matters of interstellar importance.
I want to know more about Citadel security.
Citadel security serves as law enforcement for all regions of the Citadel, though the majority of officers serve in the wards. Executor Palin, a Turian, is the current head of CSEC, but individuals from virtually every species across Citadel space serve as officers beneath him. If you wish to learn more, Executor Palin's office is located in the CSEC headquarters just across the lobby.
Tell me about the embassies.
Each species in Citadel space important enough to be consulted on matters of galactic politics maintains an embassy on the Presidium. The Volus were the first non-council species to be granted an embassy, roughly 2,384 galactic standard years ago. As Citadel space has expanded, more embassies have been added. The most recently added embassy belongs to your own species, humanity. It was added 19 galactic standard years ago, despite some rather vocal opposition.
Why were people trying to keep my species out?
Some species felt humanity was given preferential treatment. It often takes a century or more before a new species is granted an embassy. The Council gave a great deal of thought to this matter. In the end, they decided humanity's impact on Citadel space was significant enough to warrant an embassy.
Do you agree with their decision?
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
Why were people trying to keep my species out?
The Council gave a great deal of thought to this matter.
How come the Volus were the first species given an embassy?
In the early years following the formation of the Council, the Volus were, apart from the Asari and Solarians, the most populous and widespread species in Citadel space. They established many new colonies and trading outposts, and they petitioned the Council for a greater role in determining interstellar policy. In recognition of their work to expand interstellar trade and establish a standardized galactic economy, the Volus were granted an embassy here on the Citadel.
Why weren't they made a council race?
The Council races have extensive responsibilities. They must provide personnel and ships for the Citadel fleets. They often provide economic aid in times of disaster. It would be unfair to demand such an enormous burden of a species unable to meet these obligations. The embassies allow lesser species to have a voice on the Citadel.
Ahí va.
That's pretty damn arrogant.
I apologize if my personality has offended you. Please submit all formal complaints in writing to the Citadel Tourist and Visitor Board.
Tell me about the embassies.
The most recently added embassy belongs to your own species.
Do you know anything about specters?
The term Spectre is derived from the branch of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance. Each Spectre agent is handpicked by the Council. Their primary role is preserving galactic stability and resolving volatile situations that cannot be handled through normal political channels. In this role, they are granted extraterritorial rights and jurisdictions. Spectres answer to no law or authority except the Council itself.
What can you tell me about the Citadel Council?
Originally, the Council consisted of representatives from the Asari and Solarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space. Roughly 1,304 galactic standard years ago, Turians were invited to join the Council in recognition of the role they played during the Krog. Since then, the three Council races have worked together to ensure the peaceful coexistence of the galactic community, while preserving individual autonomy for each species.
It can't be as simple as that. There must be problems somewhere in the system.
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
Ok.
Goodbye. Goodbye,
Bueno,
and thank you for
me van
using
dando
Vino.
mucha
Please
información.
enjoy your visit to the Citadel.
Me dicen que hable acá. Ok. Ahí va, esto es enorme. Ok. Ok. Vamos viendo todas las cosas. Usa el Rapid Trans de la Ciudadela para viajar rápidamente entre ubicaciones importantes a medida que explores la Ciudadela. Ok. Torre de la Ciudadela, ok. Parece el mapa de esto, de acá se llega, ¿no? Sí. Cámara del Consejo. Bueno. Garros.
Saren's hiding something. Give me more time. Stall them.
Stall the Council? Don't be ridiculous. Your investigation is over, Garrus.
Commander Shepard, Garrus Vicarian. I was the officer in charge of the CSEC investigation into Saren.
Come across anything I should know about?
Saren's a Spectre. Most of his activities are classified. I couldn't find anything solid. But I know he's up to something. Like you humans say, I feel it in my gut.
I think the council's ready for us,
I
Commander.
feel it in my gut.
Good luck,
Okay.
Shepard. Maybe they'll listen to you.
Alguien que quiera escucharme. Me da mucho toque poder sacar el arma acá. O sea, voy a pegarle un tiro a alguien sin querer y no me va a gustar nada eso. ¿Puedo hablar con alguien por acá? Ok, no puedo entrar. Vamos a revisar todo, creo que acá tampoco. No, no voy a poder entrar a ninguno de estos. Ok. Por ahí sí puedo hablar, ¿ves? Con ese puedo hablar. Con estos dos no. Pero con este sí.
No, I'm waiting to speak with one of the councilor's assistants. Commander? Commander?
Commander. ¿De ustedes alguno quiere decirme algo? Nadie. Ok.
No, I just want to ask a couple of questions.
¿Qué le pasa al Kahoku? ¿Esto es el Rapitrans? Sí. No. Me voy. ¿Por qué el Rapitrans está acá y no? O sea... Ok. Ok, creo que entiende, ¿vale?
The Volus won't be joining the council for years.
I'm not so sure. The humans are making a strong push, and you can bet the Volus will be right on their coattails if they succeed.
Allowing the humans to join us is a sound strategic move. But the Volus? No. The Hanar are likely to be next, then the Elcor.
You may be right, though the Hanar need to lighten up a bit first.
You just don't like them because you have trouble understanding them.
Ok, bueno, van soltando cosas. Parece que definitivamente a los Volus los boludean, así que nada. Ok, ¿vos querés decirme algo o no? No, nadie, nada. Ok, bueno, vamos a ir avanzando. Estos dos, nada, ¿no? Yo quiero escuchar a todos. Somos inclusivos. Captain Anderson. Para, ¿tengo que hablarle a Anders? Sí. Para, entonces no. Ok, creo que tengo que hablarle a este.
The hearing's already started. Come on.
No quería, no. Pero, ¿por qué no me hacen hablar?
The death attack is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel Security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me. And this must be your protege, Commander Shepard. The one who let the beacon get destroyed.
You're the one who destroyed the beacon. Then you tried to cover it up.
Shift the blame to cover your own failures. Just like Captain Anderson. He's taught you well. But what can you expect from a human?
Saren despises humanity. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres.
He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Shepard's admission into the Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are wasting your time, Counselor, and mine.
You can't hide behind the Council forever.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision. It may have been triggered by the beacon.
Are we allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence against this kind of testimony?
I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander Shepard?
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
Terrible.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
I know Saren. He's working with the Geth for one reason. To exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
Tell me about this history between you and Saren.
I worked with him on a mission a long time ago. Things went bad. Real bad. We shouldn't talk about this here. But I know what he's like. And he has to be stopped.
What's our next step?
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that CSEC investigator? We saw him arguing with the Executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
Any idea where we could find him?
I have a contact in CSEC who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job.
Ahí va.
I won't waste my time with that loser.
You don't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
I'll take care of it.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
Maybe there's another way to find
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
You and Saren have a history.
About 20 years ago, I was part of a mission in the Skillian Verge. I was working with Saren to find and remove a known terrorist threat. Saren eliminated his target, but a lot of people died along the way, innocent people. And the official records just covered it all up. But I saw how he operates. No conscience, no hesitation. He'd kill 1,000 innocent civilians to end a war without a second thought.
Killing innocents doesn't end wars. It causes them.
I know how the world works, Commander. Sometimes you're forced to make unpleasant decisions, but only if there's no other way. Saren doesn't even look for another option. He's twisted, broken. He likes the violence, the killing. And he knows how to cover his tracks.
Sometimes 1,000 people must die so 1,000,000 can live.
Pero le acaba de decir lo contrario.
Saren doesn't even look for another option. He's twisted, broken.
Ahí
He likes
va.
the violence, the killing. And he knows how to cover his tracks.
Our ambassador doesn't seem to get along with the Council.
He's just frustrated. The Council's always preaching that we need to be part of the galactic community. But for them, it's a one-way street. They want us to expand and settle unstable regions like the Skillian Verge and the Attican Traverse. But when we run into trouble, they don't want to help us out. Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the Council. The ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later. And I agree.
Maybe they'd let us join the Council if we were more willing to cooperate with the other species.
Of course they would. If we did everything they told us to, they'd love to have us on the Council. But it wouldn't be... I understand their side. They don't want us dominating the Council. It's founded on cooperation and alliances. But we have to look out for our own interests too.
Who cares if we get a seat on the Council? What's the big deal?
If the Council passes a ruling on an interstellar matter, we have to follow it. We don't have... Once we get a seat on the Council, we'll be able to influence those rulings. Take this mess we're in now. If humanity had a seat on the Council, we'd just send the Citadel fleet out to take care of Saren and his Geth. Problem solved.
You and Saren have a history.
About 20, but I saw how he operates. No conscience. No hesitation.
You don't think much of Harkin.
The guy joined CSEC about 20 years ago. He's been an embarrassment to our species ever since. Roughing up suspects in custody, bribery accusations, alcohol and drug use. The embassy used to step in when he got in trouble. But I guess enough was enough.
Guy's a scumbag. He should have been cut loose a long time ago.
He was one of the first human CSEC officers. Guess it would have looked bad. A lot of backroom deals were worked out over the years to keep him on the force. Politics, but it looks like his time's run out. We've got enough humans in CSEC now to stop protecting him.
I thought this embassy was supposed to help humans.
Harkin may be human, but he's also an ass. He's had more than his share. If the embassy wasn't protecting him, he would have been fired 15 years ago. CSEC is better off without him.
I want to know more about the Spectres.
They're not your typical government agency. They tend to work alone, behind the scene. It's not easy preserving peace across an entire galaxy. The Council prefers to use diplomacy and negotiation. But sometimes more extreme measures are needed.
How do they decide who becomes?
You can't just apply to join. There's no training program. Spectres aren't made. The Council's always looking for exceptional individuals. People who can get the job done, like you. They see something in you. They want you on their side. Nihilus was supposed to give them a final recommendation, but with him gone, things are still up in the air.
What's their command structure like?
There is no command structure. Each Spectre answers directly to the Council. They tend to operate outside the law, do whatever it takes to accomplish their goals. The Council just turns a blind eye. Spectres have a lot of power, Shepard.
They sound like shadow operatives.
Everything about them is classified. We don't even know how many there are. But the Council couldn't do its job without them. They're the Citadel's top agents, the last line of defense. The entire galaxy respects and fears them. If a Spectre shows up, you know
what happens when a Spectre goes rogue, like Saren?
It doesn't happen often. The Council is careful when they select, but when something does go wrong, there's usually only one solution. Send another Spectre to bring the rogue agent down.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
He's a necessary evil of galactic politics. Buying and selling information is a part of the game. And the Shadow Broker just happens to be the best, always sells to the highest bidder. Doesn't get involved in politics, doesn't pick sides. A simple system, but it works. He's not a threat to anyone, not directly. He's just a resource we can use, or she is. Or maybe they are. Nobody really knows.
Tell me about Bar Levon.
He specializes in moving large sums of money without leaving a paper trail. A financial genius. Doesn't do anything illegal, but he knows all the loopholes. He's got an impressive client list. Ambassadors, diplomats, Spectres. That's probably why the Shadow Broker uses him.
I should go.
Ok, bueno. Se hizo más largo, los últimos 10 minutos se suponía que no los iba a hacer hoy, pero bueno, pasaron cosas. Me despido. Muchas gracias por ver. Nos vemos mañana.